What up guys, it's your big boy Jules here with a fresh new format for your quivering receivers. Have you ever been caught short in a gaming conversation or been at a party where people are talking about a game you've never played? Well, I haven't because I'm a font of knowledge and sexual aggression, but I know of these lesser people who have suffered the sting of this social suck. Now what I'm going to do is take a franchise and throw a load of information at you so you can hold your own in any topical conversation. Now there is going to be a lot of information flying at you pretty fucking quickly, so keep up stupid and join me for a cram session of culture, a frantic freefall of franchises. This is Fake It in 5, Fallout. Fallout began in 1997 with the original game, surprisingly titled Fallout. Over the next 2 decades, the series would produce 7 full games, including several add-ons across multiple titles, a mobile app, and countless items of merchandise. The series is set in an alternative timeline which follows real history up until around World War II. At this point, humanity in the Fallout universe decides to focus more time, energy, and money into nuclear power as its main source of fuel. It's in cars, walking tin cans, and Coca-Cola, and powers all aspects of life for the populace. However, as you might expect, not all nukes are nice, and this led to the resource war between America and China, which in turn leads us here, the nuclear war-torn wasteland of tomorrow. The first game is set in the year 2161, 84 years after the 2077 Great War, and each game lets you explore a different area of the 13 Commonwealths and see the effects nuclear war had on life there. Oh, and everyone talks and styles themselves like they're just off the set of Happy Days. The games themselves are spiritual successors to 1988's Wasteland. Wasteland was developed by Interplay Entertainment and published by Electronic Arts. It received very positive critical acclaim, and although it didn't share many structural similarities with Fallout, Wasteland set the general tone for its descendants, such as the setting and the concept of mutation through radiation. The franchise is usually considered to be split in 2, comprising of games made by Interplay and then those published by Bethesda, starting with Fallout 3. Due to rising debts and poor returns, Interplay began selling and licensing a number of their intellectual properties to other developers and publishers. This is where Bethesda came in, who are now the driving force for the franchise for a new generation of people and platforms. The early games are set around the west coast of America, save for Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel, which are considered partially non-canon and as such are kind of like the secret family we keep in our basements, aka not talked about. Regardless, they're still great. Fallout 3 is based in Washington DC, New Vegas is based in surprisingly Las Vegas, and Fallout 4 is set in Boston. The early Fallout games are played as turn-based RPGs in a semi-isometric view. Although the tone, world, and illusions of the previous games were still present, Fallout 3 changed the presentation vastly, bringing a much more intense combat speed and changing camera angle, letting players get up close and personal with things you'd really never want to get up close and personal with. All the games have been praised for their stories, gameplays, and engrossing worlds, as well as their offbeat comedy. Several references to films, other franchises, and a whole metric load of bizarre can happen to you in the Wasteland, even going so far as to let you encounter aliens. Moral choices are the backbone for much of the storytelling, and many quests or faction missions will ask players to make tough choices. Characters and groups range in ideologies, and very few are shown to be wholly good. Instead, they act as examples of how humanity reacts to different crisis management. Some of the most popular factions include the Brotherhood of Steel, who consolidate power for the intelligent, Caesar's Legion, which is run through a pretty harsh system of social Darwinism, the Enclave, which is a secretive government force, and the Kings, whose leader thinks he's Elvis. Hey, I didn't say that all the gangs were equal. As you can tell, the series has a vast array of memorable characters ranging from the sinister to the silly, with some making numerous appearances across several titles, including Dogmeat, Paul Harold the Ghoul/Mutant/Tree, RJ McCready, who graduates from child mayor to cynical mercenary across 2 titles, Marcus the Super Mutant, and the mysterious stranger whose origins are rather, well, mysterious. In 2009, Bethesda and Interplay went to court. See, when Bethesda bought the complete intellectual rights to Fallout, they didn't include the right to a Fallout Online title. Interplay missed the deadline to create an MMO, a lawsuit happened, and after a bitter case, Bethesda won and has the exclusive rights to make Fallout Online, still waiting on that one. The overarching theme of Fallout is pretty simple, it's about conflict. The unending cycle of human conflict. Well, human and ghoul, and mutant, and whatever this is, you know what, it's just about conflict. But it does go beyond that. The series has dealt with societal struggles between class, race, religion, might versus right, and political ideology. You can actually come to see the Fallout series as an examination of man's basic aggressive nature appearing over and over again. War, you see, never changes. Whew, and that's Fallout. That should give you just enough basics to hold your own in the nerdy Shark Tank we call life. And hopefully it's convinced you, if you already haven't, to play one of these fantastic games. And now I call on those of you who've already experienced the joys of nuclear war to sound off in the comments. Let us and others know about what your favourite moments were and why you love the franchise, and also what you'd like to see us cover next. As always, I've been Jules, you've been awesome, you can follow me at Twitter here, and I'll speak to you soon.